and welcome to Stream Queens, your weekly fan discussion about the best TV shows and movies you should stream right now. I'm Leanne Aguilera.
And I'm Crossan. Leanne covers a ton of TV. I cover a ton of movies. And now we're in this kind of weird time where everyone is digesting all of these TV and movies from the comfort of their couch. And we just want to bring you guys a little of that joy and share what we recommend.
Definitely. COVID-19 has shaken up our daily lives. I think that's fair to say. Most of us have been in self-isolation for many weeks now. And so we just wanted to create the show to connect a little bit more, share what you guys are enjoying, share what we're binging. We've got a lot of recommendations and just kind of have fun in this strange time.
Right. Like if you're looking for the next thing to watch after Tiger King, if you've binged so much Parks and Rec in The Office over and over again and you need something else, we got you covered.
Oh, totally. We're also doing something really fun where we're doing a rewind of the week where we dig into our vaults and rewatch something that we haven't seen in years. And we're going to spill some exclusive ET secrets along the way, so you don't want to miss that.
And of course, there is a ton of news coming through that we have weeded through for you and we will give to you right now. And I think that's where we should start. What do you think?
Oh, definitely. Ash, let's start off with the small screen. Not the big screen, the small screen. Although it's all on one screen right now,
same screen.
Isn't it? So Fingers crossed, you sprung for the big screen.
Sometimes I will just stand here and watch television for hours. I love it.
Over on the TV side of things, COVID-19 essentially halted production for everyone. And everyone was kind of left off in different stages of their TV schedule. And this mainly has affected a lot of our typical broadcast shows, network shows that have the seasons from fall to spring. And right now, we would typically be seeing a lot of those season finales. That's not really the case.
Why don't you make up your own ending?
Yeah, oh, sure. What a wonderful idea.
Shows are kind of in scramble mode right now, trying to figure out what they're going to do for their season finales, because it's not looking like we're going to be going back into production anytime soon. So, for example, Grey's Anatomy decided, you know what? We're just going to make the last episode that we shot our season finale. And luckily for them, it was bonkers, as always. So that worked out for Grey's. And also, we're actually hearing rumors that their original season finale was supposed to kill off one of the main characters in an explosion or a plane crash or whatever happens in that dang hospital. So
Has anyone on the show died a natural death?
I don't think so. I really don't. But so luckily someone has kind of got a little bit of time before they might have to meet the TV Grim Reaper. But so while Grey's decided just to call it, we have other shows like Supernatural that was supposed to wrap its 15th and final season that's just kind of left on pause at the moment. They have 2 episodes to go and they have promised the fans that they will eventually get this series finale.
And if we go down, then we go down swinging.
On some good news, because everything's a little kind of weird right now, I gotta give a shout out because HBO is doing something really cool. As of April, they have released over 500 hours of TV and movies for free.
What?
That's right. You don't have to have a subscription, so you can finally watch The Wire, because we know we always have that one friend who's like, I watched The Wire when it was on and it was so great. Well, now you can watch The Wire too. You can watch True Blood, Silicon Valley, Barry, which I highly recommend. So dive into HBO subscriptions now. You have no excuse not to. Ash, I know that you've already been tapping into that free stuff that we're going to be chatting a little bit later about.
Yes, I have. I am almost done with a certain show that we will be talking about in a little bit.
I'm excited. Okay, Ash, fill me in on what's going on with movies, because I know that like TV, everything has changed.
Everything has changed and it's crazy. But I'm gonna start high and bring us down for some reason. So let me start with some good news. If you guys have followed me at all, you know that I love 2 franchises more than anything. Star Wars and the MMCU. I'm not talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm talking about the Mamma Mia Cinematic Universe. Mamma Mia, now I really know. And Lily James, the star of Mamma Mia 2, here we go again, video chatted with all of her castmates, and she had the audacity to write this caption: Mamma Mia 3, it's happening. Do I think she's joking? Probably. Am I going to take this as hopefulness, possible news? Absolutely. Fun fact about those movies, by the way, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson executive produced them because Rita loves Grease and wanted to make the Mamma Mia movies.
That is the best fun fact that I've heard in a very long time.
Every time like I see an interview with Tom Hanks, I'm like, ask him about the next Mamma Mia. Somebody's got to get the scoop. Is it happening? I hold out hope that that movie will happen because it's so good and it made a lot of money. Just do it. But speaking of hype, the Dune hype is building.
I love it.
There are new photos out from that movie, which is like a big pop culture novel / movie of our time that I also feel like a lot of people have never seen.
Oh my gosh, I'm so hyped for this movie. I think it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I guess I would just describe it as like science fiction mania bonkers-ish stuff. But it has every cast member ever in it. Timothy Chalamet, Oscar Isaac, Zendaya, Jason Momoa, our good friend David Dastmalchian is in it as well. And I'm reading the novel now and I will report back, but I will say that Timothy Chalamet is giving me some emo boy Kylo Ren vibes, and I like it. And then just to bring us down a note, so we're talking about all these like productions that have been delayed, and one I just want to acknowledge up front is the Disney slate, because they are the studio that's like, we are going to plan out our schedule for the rest of our lives.
I am inevitable.
Which they have, and now with everything going on, everything is shifting back, and we're like slowly seeing this because Disney has a movie almost every single weekend of the year now that they've acquired Fox. So now they're having to reslate their entire schedule to not conflict with their own movies.
Yes.
So it's kind of this weird puzzle dance. But just to give you a little bit of this Marvel slate and what's coming up, Black Widow has been pushed from May, we were supposed to get that next month, to November 2020.
Of course we did.
The Eternals is now in February 2021. Shang-Chi, May 2021. Doctor Strange, November 2021.
Yeah.
A lot of 2021 going on here. Thor Love and Thunder is now February 2022.
No, I am so pumped for that movie.
That's
the
the
fact
one
that it's in 2022 is just breaking my heart.
Out of this list, I am most pumped for that one, and it is thus far the farthest. And then a little bit of bright news. I'll bring it back up for you guys. Captain Marvel 2 officially announced for July 2022. That was previously like untitled Marvel movie on the schedule, but now it's Captain Marvel 2.
Yes.
And then let's bring us back down. Can't keep it back for too long. New Mutants, never coming out, I don't think. I think that New Mutants is a myth.
Okay, Ash, break this down for the fans out there, because New Mutants, you guys, has the biggest roller coaster ride, and Ash has been following it from the very beginning, so enlighten everyone.
Okay, guys, this is a ride. I hope you're ready. Strap in, check your seatbelts. Here we go. New Mutants wrapped filming in September 2017. We were but babies. We did not know what was to come in our lives. It was supposed to come out April 13th, 2018. That was the original release date. And then in that January, they pushed it to February of the next year to make room for Deadpool.
You killed it.
Then it got pushed again to August 2019 to make room for Dark Phoenix. Because I guess they thought those were better movies. And then the trailer dropped, and it was like super horrific, and everyone loved it. And they were like, ooh, a scary, like a Marvel movie that's scary. I love it. So then they planned extensive reshoots for this movie because they were like, we need to make it scarier. Apparently those reshoots never happened. And then March 2019 happens, which is when Disney acquires Fox. Which messes everything up again because, like I said before, Disney has all of these weekends, and they were like, where are we going to put New Mutants now? We can't have it like conflicting with our own movies. So then in May 2019, they pushed it to April 3rd, 2020. Obviously, that did not happen.
It was so close.
Yeah, we were so close. And then coronavirus happened, and they pulled it from the schedule. So it's a myth. I don't believe it ever shot. I don't believe it exists. I do not buy it. Obviously, like, a lot of faith is not being put into this movie for whatever reason. So at this point, I just feel like if they put it on Disney Plus, it would probably do good. Like I would watch it.
Term.
We would all watch it.
Oh yeah.
I just don't know how lucrative that could be, but we would all watch it. But why don't we talk about things that we can't stream, because we can't stream New Mutants and we'll never be able to stream it because it's never coming out. But you can stream Onward, the Pixar movie. It's available on Disney Plus early, very early. And obviously it's like, you know, if you like to cry, like all Pixar's movies make you, that will happen for you.
And if you miss outside, you can live vicariously through them on their journey.
Yeah, if you want to live in a van like I secretly do, it kind of gives you that again. Anyway, Onward's cute. Watch it. Pixar, Tom Holland, Chris Pratt. We love them. Underwater, starring Kristen Stewart. Nobody watched it, and it is a great movie. It is freaky. It's kind of like an Alien, but underwater.
You're pulling me underwater!
Kristen Stewart in her underwear, fighting things. Kristen Stewart. She's my crush. And that's available on digital now. You can rent it, buy it. I think buy it, but it's a great movie and everyone should watch it. And then another one I want to shout out is over on Netflix. It's a movie called Uncorked, because this is the one that I think it got kind of buried a little bit in the algorithm, but it's a super cute movie about a guy who his dad wants him to follow in his footsteps, but he just wants to be like a sommelier and drink wine. And so if you like wine and barbecue and rom-com and family, it's a really cute movie. And by the way, the guy in it, Mamadou Ache, was also in Underwater.
I like the crossover there. I like
We're on
it.
the Mamadou.
I also, yes, and I'm also liking the fact that it's about wine, because we've been consuming quite a bit of that lately.
Yeah, if you're like me and you have consumed so much wine that you want to feel like, I don't know, like a little smarter about it, like, it's the Pinot Noir, then kind of
fantastic.
And then I just want to give a shout out personally on Hulu, because this is where I watch SNL. SNL did their at-home episode.
Yes, I'm so glad you brought this up. It was so fantastic.
It kind of reminded me of like the days back before these people were cast and they were doing all their YouTube videos. And like, I used to watch like Beck Bennett and Kyle Mooney and Chloe Fineman all the time. And it kind of just like gave me that, it just gave everybody that hadn't watched that. And also they did like a Zoom sketch that was hilarious.
So perfect, so on point. And I love the fact that they got Tom Hanks to be their virtual host of the week, and he did so great.
I'm so glad he has his hair too. I got really scared because he was like, I'm bald, it's for a role. And I was like, oh my God, is he okay?
Everyone protect Tom Hanks. But yes, I love that SNL. I love that SNL came back into our lives. So definitely something to look forward to every week. Continuing on what to stream over on TV. Now available on Netflix is a brand new show. That's right. From the streaming site that brought you The Circle and Love is Blind, get ready for Too Hot to Handle, a show that puts ridiculously attractive people in close quarters, but they're not allowed to touch each other or themselves.
I love this toxic thing that Netflix is doing to us. I love it.
So basically, they start off with the grand prize, $10,000 each, but if they break the rules, the prize money goes down lower and lower and lower. It sounds outrageous. I cannot wait to watch it. So definitely get excited for that one, Ash. Next up, something that I love right now is on Hulu, Little Fires Everywhere. It is Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington really bringing the heat to this series. It is so good. The season finale is actually going to be coming out on Wednesday, April 22nd. You guys can binge the entire thing right now. It is based off of the best-selling book, and this has been my favorite book-to-screen adaptation that I've seen in a very long time. Cannot recommend it more. Go check that one out. Also, something else that I'm super pumped about is that Killing Eve is back into our lives. Season 3 is finally here. But you know what? You guys can go back and rewatch the first 2 seasons because they're only 8 episodes each. And you can watch that on AMC, BBC America, or Hulu. So you have no excuse. A lot of fun, kick-butt, female-centric shows right now that I'm just so excited about. Ash, let's be honest. There's a lot to stream these days. A lot. And I feel like everyone is constantly being like, have you watched this? Oh my gosh, have you checked out that? Yes, we have. Because we all have so much time right now. So Ash and I have a fun segment for you guys. It's called, If You Like That, Watch This. Oh yes. And we're doing fun little hand movements right now. It's a new dance move. Everyone has been talking about Tiger King. Everyone knows what this show is. But you know what? it's over. We watched our reunion show, and now it's time to broaden our horizons because I have another recommendation for you guys. So if you liked Tiger King, I'm saying watch McMillion. Do you guys remember the McDonald's Monopoly game of the 90s, of our childhood? We all wanted to win that game. Did you know that the entire time the game was going on, it was rigged? I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but this is a behind-the-scenes look at the FBI team who cracked the case and realized that McDonald's was unaware that their Monopoly game was hijacked and was being distributed piece by piece in those little candy containers.
From the machine, yeah.
From the machine, and passed out to friends and family members. It is absolutely wild. It doesn't have as many crazy characters as Tiger King, but the concept is even better. What are your thoughts on it, Ash?
Yeah, so you told me about this show last week. I started it last night because I was like, I'll check it out. And then I watched 5 episodes, so I'm almost done. It's bonkers. It's bonkers. It definitely, like, I think the difference between Tiger King and this one is Tiger King, like, keeps unfolding in a way where you don't know up front what the whole thing is about. For McMillion's up front is like, hey, this whole thing is a scam and we're going to tell you all the layers in it. And also, instead of having all of this footage, it's more like retelling and interviews. But the people they interview are so fascinating.
It's crazy. Also, shout out to the dramatic reenactment actors. Superb in this.
I secretly want to be a dramatic reenactment actor. I'm sure it's a lot harder than it looks, but it just looks like so much fun.
It really does. It really does. But yeah, so you guys, if you liked Tiger King, watch McMillions. So that is my watch this, that recommendation. Ash, I know you've got one for us right now. I'm so pumped.
Got one because I've been re-binging this show and I think it fell under the radar for a lot of people. If you like The Office, if you like Parks and Rec, you need to watch Community. The whole thing is available on Netflix right now for the first time. It was an NBC show by Dan Harmon, who does Rick and Morty, and the Russo brothers, who did Arrested Development, but then they went on to do like a couple of like, what are those called? Avengers movies.
No big deal. No big deal.
So you're combining like all of these geniuses together, amazing direction. And it's basically just a show about a bunch of people in a community college. It's got a great ensemble cast. Joel McHale leads it. Donald Glover, pre-Childish Gambino, Allison Brie, just an exceptional cast with a lot of cameos, a lot of awesome stuff. But it's really like a satire on just like all sitcoms. So they'll do different episodes. They'll be like, oh my God, we're doing a bottle episode. Or they'll do like a horror theme episode. Or they'll do a Star Wars paintball themed episode, which is the season finale of season 2.
So it's kind of like a situational comedy, but a very self-aware one.
Yeah, like kind of like how Scream is like a slasher movie, but they're also making fun of it. It's like Community is a sitcom, but it's making fun of other sitcoms.
I love that. I love that.
Brilliant. It's brilliant.
Which leads us next into what are you binging? And Ash, I think you just told us.
I am absolutely binging Community because I haven't watched it since like 2012 or whenever that was. I watched it like when I first moved out to LA with my roommates and I loved it. And now that it's on Netflix and I can just put it on day after day after day, I am burning through this show. There's a saying throughout the show, 6 seasons and a movie.
The show's gonna last 3 weeks!
6 seasons and a movie!
6 seasons and a movie. That is like the par of a successful show. It has 6 seasons and a movie. And we have the 6 seasons. We do not have the movie.
You need the movie.
The movie ever happened. So at Comic-Con last year, are we ever going to go to Comic-Con again? I asked the Russo brothers if we were going to get the Community movie because they keep like weirdly teasing it. So we have it. I think we're going to roll the tape. Roll the tape. Roll the clip.
I mean, never say never, you know? We would love to see it happen as much as anyone. You know, all we owe is the movie at this point. So, you know, if we want to complete the 6 seasons in a movie mantra. So who knows?
I mean, I know the enthusiasm wasn't there, but it seems like they really do want to do it.
I feel like everyone is down. The fans, the cast. I feel like people want this to happen.
Yeah, and this just in, we talked to Joel McHale like just now about we have a new update, an even newer one.
Well, I hope it happens. I know that Allison Brie tweeted that she got a call from Sony And I think there's a world where it happens, but as you know, a lot has to happen before scripts have to be written, actors have to be available. I mean, all these steps have to. I would do it in a New York minute.
I honestly think that the fans want it, and it's very on par right now. Reunions are all the rage. So I feel like, and the fact that it's just got onto Netflix, I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix made this all happen.
Yeah, they would be very smart to do that.
Yes.
Very smart. Make it happen.
Make it happen.
What are you binging?
Okay, well, I started off binging Lost for the very first time, and I was trying to get into it, but it just made me realize that I would love to be on a deserted island right now, or just anywhere outside of my apartment. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put this on pause. Let's watch something that feels a bit more attainable right now. I wanna be back inside of an office. So I decided to start watching The Good Fight, because I loved The Good Wife with Juliana Margulies. I binged through all 7 seasons of that show in one setting. And The Good Fight has been out for a couple seasons. Season 4 just premiered on April 9th on CBS All Access. But I was kind of subconsciously waiting so I could stockpile a bunch of seasons so that I could have so much to binge.
I like to do that.
Ash, I've got something that's going to make you so excited right now. The Good Fight stars Christine Baranski.
It's like, is that Mamma Mia related? It is Mamma Mia related. By the way, her and Mamma Mia, here we go again. So
classic. Classic. But no, I love Christine Baranski, and seeing her reprise her role as Diane Lockhart, honestly, if she were to run for president, I'd be like, yes, let me vote for you right now. Mm-hmm. She is fantastic. The show is so smart. And honestly, I feel like lately I've been binging a lot of just easy, bingeable, it's delicious TV, but it's just been not very highbrow. And watching this show, it's fun. I feel like I'm learning. I feel like I get to pick up on the legalese. So The Good Fight is what I'm doing right now. I'm having a lot of fun.
One of my secret favorite things to do during this quarantine is to dive into my ridiculous vault of DVDs that I'm now really glad I didn't throw away or give away. Because I've been revisiting things I haven't watched in 10 years, which kind of brings us to the segment Rewind of the Week.
Rewind of the Week. That's right. Ash and I are taking a look back at some of our favorite movies and TV shows that we haven't watched in a while. And this week, it's all about the classic 90s movie, Can't Hardly Wait. Oh, when it was socially acceptable to have a wild party and not be more than 6 feet apart from each other. Remember the days, Ash?
No.
These are memories frozen in time, people!
Well, you know what? Jennifer Love Hewitt definitely remembers those days because E.T. caught up with her in 2018 and asked her what she remembers filming the movie and where she thinks Amanda Beckett, yes, her character who walks slow motion into parties, where she would be today. And I was not anticipating her answer. Take a look.
I filmed that at the same time that I was doing Party of Five. So I would work all day at Party of Five, and then I would go and I would film Can't Hardly Wait. So I remember being very tired, but I remember also thinking wow, this is our generation's or our 90s version of Pretty in Pink and 16 Candles and all of those iconic movies that you just love. And it was really fun. And I got to be with Seth again, who I had known from doing stuff, and Brecken, and everybody. It was just great.
Where do you think she ended up today?
I think she's one of the housewives. That's my goal for her, I think. It's a goal. That's a real goal.
She wants to be a housewife.
A real housewife, which that tracks.
That tracks, yeah.
That tracks. I can see that.
You are a housewife.
Ash, when you rewatched this movie, what was your initial reaction? Because we have so many fun Easter eggs and fun facts that we need to go over.
I look back at that movie thinking it's this teen rom-com of the 90s. And I didn't remember how funny it was.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Yeah, it's a pure comedy a la Josie and the Pussycats. Same directors. And
a lot of the same actors, too.
Yeah, it does have our 3/4 of du jour in it. Our boys Donald Faison, Seth Green, and Breckin Meyer all in it.
And it's got a kick-ass soundtrack as well.
Yes, a jerkin soundtrack.
A jerkin soundtrack.
Ooh, the new word for cool would be jerkin. As in, dude, that's jerkin. Ooh, that's dirty.
But I love the fact that you pointed out that we've got so many famous faces in there. I could not believe how many stars that I saw at such a young age in this movie. Blink and you'll miss it. Selma Blair as Girl Mike Hits On, number 2. Jason Segel as Watermelon Guy, which I was not expecting to see, but I know that you knew that he was already in the movie.
Yeah, so a couple years ago, I had a big Jason Segel phase, had a big crush on him. He was my iPhone background and everything. So when I saw him in that movie, I was like, that's my baby.
So many fun, famous faces. I also love seeing Clea Duvall in there, and Sarah Rue in my favorite role of the entire movie. Shout out to her.
You are all sheep.
You know, I dug into some little fun facts about Can't Hardly Wait, Ash, and I can't wait to share them with you because you have nowhere else to go right now, so you're gonna listen.
Hit me.
One of my favorite fun facts about this movie is the fact that Peter Facinelli, who's playing Mike Dexter, the ultimate cool guy. When Peter was filming this movie, he had just had a little baby infant. And one day he showed up to set and had a big scratch on his eye from the baby. And they're filming a scene where he's talking to his friends about breaking up with their girlfriends and they're saying they can't do it. And the entire time in the scene, he's just in the shadows and you cannot see the other half of his face because they couldn't not film that scene that day because they were on such a tight production schedule.
Is this baby a cat? How did this happen? I need more info.
I know, but I just thought, I was like, that is crazy.
I've always thought for like how fragile like actors have to be during this time because they're like, they can't do anything.
Don't
like,
touch me. They can't go snowboarding, anything. Another little fun fact for you is that the iconic song where he's going up and he's singing Paradise City. I love that scene so much. It almost didn't happen. They originally wanted to use a Van Halen song, Panama, but they couldn't afford the rights to it.
I know that song is like big in pop culture, but I just wonder if that elevated it for our time because I feel like that's such a big song like when I was growing up. I don't know.
No, totally. And one last little fun fact for you, which I was super surprised to learn. Instead of it being called Can't Hardly Wait, they wanted to call it The Party, which, no.
No, I guess it's really hard to look back at something from the 90s and be like, oh, it would have been, that's like such a bad title, but I don't like it.
Exactly. They ended up settling on Can't Hardly Wait because it was the same name as a replacement song that they were a big fan of. So that's where they landed. But I just had so much fun rewatching this movie.
Yeah, well, a backwards Easter egg I'm going to give you from Josie and the Pussycats is when they're in their like subliminal messaging lab or whatever, it goes across and says Can't Hardly Wait is underrated because it's the same directors.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, but I just loved that movie and getting to revisit it with all of you was so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, diving back into that vault, I'm a sucker for nostalgia, hit me. So I guess that leads into a question that I have for all of you is, what are you watching from your little vault and what should we watch next? Because I'm always looking for something that I have not seen to watch and we can talk about it together.
Definitely. We want to hear your streaming selections. So definitely tweet with us on Twitter. You can find Ash and I on there. And we even have a nifty hashtag. It's #WatchWithET. You know.
I assume it's down here in a graphic.
It's somewhere down here. But we really appreciate you guys streaming with us, chatting with us, sharing your thoughts. I know it's a super crazy time right now, but Ash and I just really appreciate it.
Yeah, use that hashtag so we definitely see it. And I say we meet back here next week. What do you say?
Definitely. Your couch, my couch, our couch.
I guess it has to be separate couches. Bye, guys. Thanks so much.
Bye.